Greetings to all our dear viewers and friends. For a long time, I've had a habit of jotting down life lessons, philosophies, and especially meaningful quotes from successful people. I see this as a way to learn from the thoughts of those who came before me to enrich my own life. I can honestly say that I write down these insights from anywhere I encounter them, whether from books, newspapers, movies, TV shows, or even the radio. I record profound and wise teachings from accomplished individuals across all walks of life: philosophers, entrepreneurs, artists, coaches, and athletes. If it's insightful, I write it down. Over time, my friends, the collection of these teachings has grown significantly through the years. I carefully store them on my computer, and to me, they're like a treasure trove. There are moments when I feel incredibly sad, truly stuck, utterly, completely stuck, at the peak of despair. In those moments, honestly, it feels like no one can understand me or share my burden. It's incredibly lonely. Yet this treasure trove of teachings has comforted me countless times. I'm serious sometimes. Just reading a single quote that resonates with my situation feels like I'm gaining insight into how talented people think and overcome similar challenges. It's that simple, but it feels like it gives me strength and helps resolve so many of my life's deadlocks. From the bottom of my heart, I wish all of you will experience that same feeling after watching this video. In this video, I've carefully selected 50 teachings and meaningful quotes that I deeply cherish to share with all of you. I think it's quite simple, my friends. At the end of a tiring day before going to bed, I truly believe there's nothing more fulfilling for me than letting these precious teachings I love whisper in my ear, bringing wisdom and even guiding me into sleep. I think that feeling is truly wonderful. To be completely honest with you all, I made this video not just for my audience, but also for myself. I genuinely want to listen to these cherished teachings and quotes every day before going to bed and after waking up. That's one of the most important reasons this video came to be. I'm certain I'll be one of the people who listens to this video the most, because from the depths of my heart, these are truly the things I hold dear and love. Right below this video, you'll see two buttons, one to save the video and one to download it for offline listening. Please download it so you can easily find and listen to this video later. I hope and sincerely wish that all of you will gain wisdom, strength, faith, joy, and great motivation after listening to these 50 meaningful teachings. That's enough sentiment for now. Without further ado, I invite all of you to enjoy. Here we go. 1. To live without failure is impossible unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you've already failed. J.K. Rowling. 2. When someone hurts you, they actually hurt you twice: first with the act itself, and second when you dwell on it afterward. If you learn to let go of the first pain, at least you can avoid the second. Paul Graham. 3. When we're young, we think we can easily give up on a love because we believe the greatest happiness and new experiences will come in the future. That may be true, but we don't realize that what we want and need most only comes once in a lifetime. From a famous Vietnamese musician. 4. Never study to be successful. Study for self-excellence. Don't chase success. Pursue excellence and success will chase you. From the movie 3 Idiots. 5. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeeded. Michael Jordan. 6. Starting your own business means working 80 hours a week so you don't have to work 40 hours a week for someone else. Ramona E.F. Arnett. 7. Any action that still implies a condition is not an act of love but a transaction. 8. How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and the strong. Because someday in your life you will have been all of these. George Washington. 9. They say hope cannot distinguish between what's real and what's not. It's like paths on the ground. There were never any paths to begin with. People just walked them into existence. Lu Xun. 10. When you see a virtuous person, think about emulating them to become virtuous like them. When you see an unvirtuous person, reflect on yourself to see if you have the same flaws and correct them. Confucius. 11. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do something, not even me. Your dreams are yours to protect. If they can't do it, they'll say you can't either. If you want something, go get it. Period. Chris Gardner from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. 12. If you don't regularly feel uncertainty, you're not an entrepreneur. Dragos Rua. This is a quote I absolutely love and cherish. I first came across it in 2013, and even now it's one of the quotes I revisit, read, and reflect on the most. When you choose a path or ambition, there's always uncertainty. Those who haven't embarked on such a journey think diving into something will be smooth like a train track, laid out from point A to point B guaranteed, especially if you're skilled. But that's not true. There's never absolute certainty, my friends. It's more like a boat you don't know if there'll be rough waves or unexpected turbulence tomorrow. Sometimes challenges hit you out of nowhere. There's no certainty, only resilience, focus, and effort can help you navigate life's storms. So get used to uncertainty, embrace the ambiguity, and work to turn the unclear into something clearer as you move forward. And once again, if you don't regularly feel uncertainty, you're probably not an entrepreneur. 13. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. 14. No one can go back and make a new start, but anyone can start now and make a new ending. Karl Bard. 15. Sometimes you love someone simply because they genuinely love you. Our souls are born to receive love from another soul like a flute, ready to sing when the summer breeze blows through it. From the book, I Am Beto. 16. Success is not built on success, let alone great success. Great success comes from failures, disappointments, and even disasters. Sumner Redstone. 17. The great are not born great. They grow into greatness. From the movie The Godfather. Dear viewers, this is another quote that resonates deeply with me. Think about it, most of us are born on relatively equal footing. I know some people are luckier born at the finish line, we know that. But honestly, those cases are rare. The vast majority of us are born into average circumstances, and whether we succeed or stand out depends heavily on our effort, awareness, and persistence. All these elements combine to create our achievements as adults. The way we live and strive greatly determines our success and destiny. Let me read it again. The great are not born great. They grow into greatness. 18. Happiness is a choice, not a given. Love requires effort, not just happening. Mark Manson. 19. Those who don't know they're walking in darkness will never seek the light. 20. The snow goose doesn't need to bathe to have white feathers. You don't need to do anything but be yourself. 21. Formal education helps you make a living. Self-education makes you wealthy. Jim Rohn. 22. If your children's actions make you dislike them, imagine how they'll affect others who love them less than you do. Those people will punish them harshly. Don't let that happen. Jordan Peterson. 23. Someone with a sore foot never forgets their pain to think of something else. When someone is suffering too much, they can't think of anyone else. Their good nature is overshadowed by worry, sorrow, and selfishness. From a novel. 24. Life is like juggling. Juggling 2 things is fine, but juggling 10 is a big problem. Learn to prioritize. Brendan Burchard. 25. We are born to live, not to prepare to live. Boris Pasternak. 26. What I fear most is complacency. When things get better, people tend to do less while wanting more. 27. Buy a great business at an acceptable price rather than an acceptable business at a great price. Charlie Munger. 28. You have to run as fast as you can just to stay in place. The Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland. This is something I pay close attention to. How do you stay steady in a great position that many envy? The answer is simple: exert maximum effort. Only relentless effort helps us maintain our achievements. The moment you slack off, things slip away bit by bit. It's like weightlifting or bodybuilding. If you don't keep training, your muscles weaken. Success is the same. To stay in the best, most stable position, you have to run full speed and give your all. This is a great truth from a children's movie, Alice in Wonderland. 29. I had to sacrifice everything tied to youth. If I half worked and half played, or got caught up in love, I wouldn't have achieved anything. I included this quote because I want everyone to understand success correctly. Success is never easy. It's effort, sacrifice, and hard work. Choose the success you truly want. Great success demands a great price, and you need to be aware of that. The biggest disillusionment in most people's careers and lives comes from underestimating the cost of success. 30. You can accomplish anything in life if you don't care who gets the credit. Harry Truman. 31. When we think of the past, it often seems beautiful sometimes because we romanticize it. In reality, the past is often worse than the present. Hans Rosling, 32. You love someone not because they're perfect, but because despite knowing they're not perfect, you still love them. Jodi Picoult, 33. The greatest tragedy in life is to die in spirit. Physical death comes second. 34. Some investments yield profits, others don't. The important thing is the lessons we learn. Jeff Bezos. This quote from the founder of Amazon highlights the importance of recognizing failures and learning from them to move forward. 35. Human nature is weak. We can't strive for goals that are too far or too grand. We can aspire to them, but our bodies can't keep up. People need short-term goals. 36. Love books because one day you'll find a book that fits you perfectly as if it was written for you, changing your life forever. The interesting thing is you'll never know which book it is. So keep reading and you'll find that wonderful book. Robin Sharma. 37. In a long race, your only opponent is yourself. You must overcome yourself, not external things. Haruki Murakami. 38. People can take everything from you except one thing: the ultimate freedom to choose your attitude in any circumstance and choose your path. Viktor Frankl. 39. The ultimate goal is to use less than you have and commit to never spending your last dime. Suze Orman. Suze Orman is one of the world's leading personal finance experts, and I included her quote to remind you of a rule that can change your financial life. You might think finance is complex, but before diving into advanced concepts, master the basics. Always use less than you have and commit to never spending your last dime. That's the #1 rule in personal finance. If you follow it strictly, you'll never fall into financial trouble. 40. When you know what you want and want it bad enough, you will find a way to get it. Jim Rohn. 41. Being educated is more than having knowledge and skills. By definition, education is the process of unlocking a person's potential, sparking in them an understanding of their own capabilities. It means knowing themselves and acting responsibly, based on that knowledge taking responsibility for their actions toward their family, society, and country. An educated person knows and acts in accordance with that knowledge. Professor John Vu. 42. The way to start is to stop talking and start doing. Walt Disney. 43. Beauty is being comfortable with who you are. Beauty is knowing and accepting yourself. Ellen DeGeneres. 44. The cost of making a mistake is less than the cost of doing nothing. Seth Godin. Let me repeat this one because it's worth it. If you want to do something but don't, that's the greatest failure. This quote from a leading marketing expert deserves to be your phone's wallpaper. The cost of a mistake is less than the cost of doing nothing. 45. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Proverb. If we have good intentions but lack action, procrastinate or are lazy, our destination will still be hell. Good intentions are meaningless unless acted upon. Remember, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. 46. Not just in football, but in life, it feels great to hear "well done." Those are the best words ever invented. Alex Ferguson. Encouragement is incredibly important in life, my friends. 47. When I promise something, I'll do it. Even if I die tomorrow, I'll still do it. 48. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep searching. Don't stop. Steve Jobs. If you haven't found work you love, stay determined and keep looking. Don't stop. 49. It would be sad if one day you felt you had nothing left to strive for or improve. Lionel Messi. One of the greatest footballers of all time, is considered a genius, followed by millions, even billions worldwide. If you listen closely to his words, you'll see what he values in his career challenges. Challenges give us something to strive for, to improve, and to feel meaningful in life. Your value is defined by what you overcome, what you achieve, and the challenges you conquer. Many of you fear challenges, but trust me, a life without challenges is boring, mundane, and filled with regret. So remember, it would be sad if one day you felt you had nothing left to strive for or improve. 50. For me, once I decided to start a family, I became like any other woman. I never put myself in the mindset of an artist when being a wife or mother. Outside, I might be a famous person, but when I step into my home, I leave all that behind. I believe a marriage is like a bird's nest. The wife must nurture it and take responsibility for caring for the family to make that nest last. A distinguished artist. This final quote comes from another legend of Vietnamese theater. Whether you love this art form or not, this philosophy is profoundly meaningful for us to learn from daily. You might be a CEO admired by millions or someone significant out there, but when you step into your home, never forget that your role changes. You're no longer a star. Shed that outer layer and be a wife, a husband, a child, or a sincere family member. That's the formula for a happy family. Don't confuse your social role with your role in your family. We sincerely thank all of you for listening to today's program in its entirety. Please comment and let us know if you'd like us to create more content like this. We wish you health, success, and much peace. Thank you once again, and goodbye.